my friends. This is the second communique from me, Adamu of the monadic entity of the Pleiadian civilization, speaking to you through my young friend Zingdad. The theme for today's chat is Do Not Fear But Be Prepared. Many of you have now begun to digest the news of our imminent showing in your skies, our arrival in your planetary consciousness, and this has sparked all manner of thoughts. Some of you have wondered what you can do to make sure this comes about. Others of you have become fearful of the consequences of what might happen if it does occur. And yet others have now even begun to be anxious about what will happen if it doesn't occur. My dear young friends, so much concern, so much anxiety. On your planet you have a saying which means relax, and it goes, lighten up. Well, I ask you to think about that phrase in this context. Bring light to your heart. Bring light to your souls. Bring light to your poor, tensed up, stressed out bodies. Lighten up. And to help you lighten up, I am going to enlighten you a little further about what we envisage happening. I must explain, dear friends, that in your current situation, there are only a handful of individuals on your planet that comprehend how time and space really works, how reality unfolds, how sequentiality and intentionality meet to manifest experience. And this isn't really an appropriate avenue to try to communicate these rich and complex concepts to you, but the dilemma is that without such understandings, you won't grasp how it is that we can see your future, but not know exactly what each of you are going to experience. The briefest gist is that all possibilities are actually manifest. All possibilities are real. But you bring the possibility you desire to experience to you with your emotions. Emotions are actually an incredibly powerful tool. But you see, in agreeing to incarnate on planet Earth, you have agreed to a concept called consensus reality. This means essentially that you have tied your experience to the experience of all those that share your planet with you. So it is that we need to work with the consciousness of the whole planet. There must be a greater number that desire this contact than those that do not. Now, I have mentioned before elsewhere that people do not actually need to desire a ship in the sky in order for this outcome to be in accordance with their will. For example, if there are some that have desired a heavenly being to come down and assist with the planet, then this light ship coming is in accordance with that will. There are innumerable desires which all act together in concert as an almost deafening global call which is going out from your hearts and is reaching ours. And so we respond. And this is the first bit of enlightenment I wish to share with you. You will be delighted to hear that the call for us to come all but drowns out the naysayings of those that wish for the status quo. These ones that have had the upper hand in determining the path of your planetary consciousness, these ones that have desired to keep you in the dark, to keep the truth hidden, and thus to manipulate and control you. The time of their ascendancy is over, and a bright new golden day is dawning. What comes next is the light of knowledge and truth, and then you shall each of you decide how you would like to create your life and your reality in full knowledge of the situation on your planet and the universe it is an integral part of. You will realize that you are and always have been a part of a very large family of star beings. The truth will come to light. And there really is nothing more you have to do for this to come to pass. It is beneficial if you want to keep helping others to understand that there is nothing to fear and that they should be prepared. That is beneficial. But this occurrence is going to happen irrespective of that. Consciousness is such on your planet that there is no foreseen possibility that we would have to abort this plan. So if we are going to be seen in your skies, what then? I feel I need to help you lighten up about this too. Some of you have all manner of fears about a so-called Project Bluebeam. Others fear our ships will be attacked and this could trigger a war, and so on and so on. My young friends, I can pass messages through Zingdad full-time all day, every day, until the day we arrive, and every day there will be those that present new fearful scenarios that I might have to dispel. This is because you are falling for the manipulation games of those that do not wish this event to take place. Please, take a second. Try to think. If we are able to surround your planet with millions of ships of living light, if we are able to bring ships across thousands of light years in an instant, if our consciousness resides outside of space and time, if we can manifest a ship many miles across by desire alone, if we can defeat a warring enemy without ever attacking them, if we can disable your nuclear devices without touching them, if we can balance your planetary magnetosphere, if I could go on and on. The point is, if we can do all these things and so much more, do you honestly think your Earth cabals, tin toys and party favors are going to get in our way? They are not. And the other space races with which they are in cahoots? Well, it's time that I bring some light to the situation as well. You need to understand that we of the Galactic Federation of Light are of a unitary consciousness. This means we are of the understanding that we are one with all. This is powerful in ways that you can't imagine. It means we share understanding, knowledge, wisdom, truth, technology. We share, in fact, life with all that is. We are almost like a single organism that expands into untold and unfathomable realities. We have access to the technologies, to the best thinking of infinite intelligence. These other space races with their metal flying ships do not. They are of duality consciousness, which means each of them must think alone. Each of these races sees themselves as opposed to all the others. And internally they are split into factions as well. They are divided and divided and divided. We are united. We are one. What this means is that our spirit technology surpasses their material technology by an almost unimaginable margin. Now these others, they feel we stand in the way of their plans and they feel they want what we have. So they will attack us when they can. They would in fact destroy us if they could and take everything we have from us. But they cannot. They very rarely manage to even hurt one of us in the slightest way. We, on the other hand, could, if it was in our consciousness, destroy them right now. But we will not. Because you see, we know that they are us. We know that they are actually one with us. They just don't know this yet. So, in summary, they would destroy us, but cannot. We could destroy them, but will not. And that is the state of play. It would seem on the face of it to bring about a stalemate, but it doesn't. We're winning. And do you know how we proceed to win? Not by attacking them, not by hurting them, no. In fact, by loving them. Each and every being that comes to us and says, I'm tired of fighting, I'm tired of fear, I'm tired of pain, I'm tired of being alone, each one is welcomed to us. And so over time, it is an absolute inevitability that all will return to the oneness.